Welcome back, children. The last class we have discussed about inverse trigonometric functions. We had found out the domain and range for inverse of each of a trigonometric function. So today let us solve problems on how to find principal values of the inverse of a trigonometric function. If you remember, last time I had asked you to make a sheet, okay, so that it will be unless you are thorough with the range and domain of your function, you can use it. Once it is thorough, you can use the things from your memory. Okay, so I brought this paper. If anyone is seeing for the first time, they should not be facing a question mark. That's why I brought this. Okay, if you want to see the details of this, you can refer my previous class. I have put the link in the description. So the first one is sine inverse of minus half. Okay, let's start. Now, what is the sine inverse of minus half, children? What should be the range of this function, children? Sine inverse of minus half means it is come somewhere here. So we are going to find its range, where it is going to fall. So what is the principal value branch of this function? The principal value branch of the sine inverse. So right here first, I am writing here the principal value branch of sine inverse is closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So you cannot directly start with sine inverse, but I am going to start with value of half. Forget about minus half, let us start with half. Can you tell me, children, sine of which angle is half? Yes, sine 30 is half. Now how do you write 30 in terms of radians? Pi by 6. Yes or no? Yes. Now I want minus half. So what I will do, children, in next step I will write sine of minus sine 6 will be minus half. But I don't have any angle of this type here because this minus is not allowed here, right? So let us use some results of last year. Children, you know that sine is an odd function. So what will happen? Sine of minus x will be same as minus sine x. Similarly, cos is an even function. Cos of minus x is same as cos x. So here minus sine x will be same as sine of minus pi by 6, which is minus half. Now only thing I have to check whether my minus pi by 6 will belong to this interval or not. And you can see that this is minus 30 degree, which is coming inside this, right? So my sine inverse of minus half is going to be minus pi by 6. Is that clear? Yes? Concept of odd and even function. Sine is. Now because sine by cos is a tan will be again an odd function. Sine is odd, so cosec will be odd. Cos is even, so sec will be even. Cot is odd, so tan will be odd. So basically this result will help you. Okay. Now next one we are going to do is we have to find what is tan inverse of minus 1. So let us again come back to the table. The table says that tan inverse of any element from your domain should be between open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So I will write here the principal value branch of tan inverse is open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now I don't know anything about minus 1. See, that's why children, the principal value branch that I have always chosen for positive, right? Because if you know for positive, for negative you can very well know by the properties of odd and even function, right? So tan of which angle is 1, children? Yes, tan 45, that is pi by 4 is 1. Now you know that tan of pi by 4 is 1, but I want minus 1 in the question, so I am going to multiply by minus 1 on both the sides. Now tan is again an odd function, right? Because sine by cos, it will be having minus tan x. Tan of minus x, if you divide this, it will be minus tan x, which is odd. This is going to be tan of minus pi by 4 is equal to minus 1. And now I have to check whether minus pi by 4 belongs to open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Does it belong? Yes, this is from minus 90 to 90. So minus 45 will come here. So this will belong. So therefore my tan inverse of minus 1, right, its principal value branch happens to be minus pi by 4, which can be very well checked from your graph. Okay, now next problem, cos inverse of minus 1 by root 2. Okay, cos inverse of minus 1 by root 2. So let us check the range. It is closed interval 0 to pi. So once it is by heart, no children, it will no, it is just a matter of 1 second or 1 minute to 1 second is enough to orally tell it. Now 1 minute it will take for writing. Okay, so the principal value branch, this is how you have to answer, of cos inverse of minus 1 of cos inverse is closed interval 0 to pi. Again, I have taken specifically examples of negative, because positive case it is direct, right? So I want to know cos of which angle is 1 by root 2. Yes, what angle is 1 by root 2? Yes, well said, it is pi by 4. Right, cos pi by 4, but I want minus 1 by root 2, so it will be minus cos pi by 4 is minus 1 by root 2. But I know that children, cos of pi minus theta is cos theta. Now I can't take this minus inside. I can't use the definition of even and odd function. Why? Because this is positive, no? It's from 0 to pi, positive angle. So I will use something which you have already learned last year, that cos of pi minus theta is minus cos theta. So now if I simplify the terms in the bracket, this will become 4 pi minus pi. This will become 3 pi by 4 is equal to 1 by root 2. And what happens? 3 pi by 4 is how many degree? Yes, 135, right? 45 into 3. So it is this. Therefore, cos inverse minus 1 by root 2, its principal value branch happens to be 3 pi by 4. So here a different concept is used. Here you have used the formula cos of pi minus theta, which I have already studied last year, right? Next is cosec inverse of minus root 2. So let us check what is the principal value branch of cosec inverse. Principal value branch of cosec inverse is closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 excluding 0. So write here the principal value branch of cosec inverse is closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 minus 0. Okay, now I don't know anything about minus root 2, but I am going to check which angle is going to give me root 2. Which angle is going to give me root 2, children? Yes, sin 45 is 1 by root 2. So cosec 45 will be root 2. Now I want minus root 2, multiply by minus on both the side. Now cosec is again an odd function, so it will be cosec of minus pi by 4 is equal to minus root 2. So minus pi by 4, I have to check whether it is belonging to minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2 minus 0, because this is the principal value branch. Yes, this is the principal value branch. So what will happen? Does it belong minus 45? Yes. Therefore, cosec inverse of minus root 2 is nothing but minus pi by 4. Is that clear? See, actually what we are doing in all the problems is we are able to write cosec, we are able to bring cosec inverse here, provided minus pi, whatever is your domain, whatever is your element here, it has to happen to be in the principal value branch. Then only cosec I can take it here, right? In remaining problems also, I hope you have understood that if I want to take cos to this side and make it cos inverse, then this element whatever is there, it should be there in your principal value branch. That's why we are making sure that it is coming in principal value branch. Okay, now one more we can do, fifth one. Now all these problems can also be given in this format, children. They are asking you to find the values of this plus this plus this. So first I have to find the value of tan inverse of 1. I have to find the value of cos inverse of minus half, then sin inverse of minus half. Sin inverse of minus half we have already done. It is minus pi by 6. So we need not find out that. Let us go for tan inverse of 1. Simple. I am writing in short form. Principal value branch of tan inverse is open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay. We have written this in the last class. We have found out. Yeah. So tan of what angle is 1? Tan of 45, right? Sin 45 1 by root 2, cos 45 1 by root 2. So tan 45 is this. Now I want 1 this time, right? So tan inverse, if it has to go here, your pi by 4 should be in this range. So you can see that your pi by 4 is belonging to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Just falling in this range. So therefore, my tan can go here. So tan inverse of 1 will be pi by 4. Okay. And why am I checking this condition in the range? Only then I can make tan as tan inverse. Now next one is cos inverse of minus half. What is the principal value branch of cos inverse? Just now we have seen it is closed interval 0 to pi. Right. So but cos of which angle is half? Yes, cos of which angle is half? Come on. Cos 60. Right? But I want minus half. So multiply by minus side on both the sides of the equation. Cos is an even function. Yes, cos is an even function. So minus cos will create me a problem because cos of minus x is same as cos of x. But it is a having positive range. So and first of all it is not here. Minus sign is creating difficulty because we will create difficulty because cos is not an odd function. It's an even function. Otherwise I could have taken it as minus pi by 3 if it was sine. So here again another trick. Cos of pi minus theta is minus cos theta. So it is minus half. 3 pi minus pi, it is 2 pi by 3. Right? Now 2 pi by 3 is how much? It is comes out to be 120. 60, 180 by 30, 60 into 2, 120. So it is coming in this range. So I can say that cos inverse of minus half is 2 pi by 3. Is that clear? Now I am going to substitute all together here. What is that? I am going to substitute in this. Tan inverse of 1 plus cos inverse of minus half plus sin inverse of minus half. Right? This is my question. Right? Substitute the values. Tan inverse of 1 it is pi by 4. Cos inverse of minus half is 2 pi by 3. Sin inverse of minus half, right? It is in the question minus half. Already we have calculated. I showed you before. It is minus pi by 6. It's a matter of solving. Take an LCM of 12, 3, 4 and 2. So 11 minus 2, 9 pi by 12. Yeah. Reduce it 3 pi by 4. So this is the answer. This sum is individually you are taking all these problems and doing it here. So when such a question comes, you find the individual values, substitute it, you get the final answer. Have you understood? So these are examples from your NCERT book. Okay. So always important thing, again and again I would like to stress you children, and as I always tell you children, by heart this table. Okay. Which table? You always by heart this table. Again and again I am saying by heart this table. Okay, then you will be through. One day, one inverse functions, domain and range, or 1 week you study, or 1 week you can use to study one inverse functions, domain and range. So 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, anyhow, it is not going to be your exam, right? So 1 week, one domain, one range. Okay. Thank you, children. Next time we'll meet with some other topic.